When hope is gone, undo this lock and send me forth on a moonlit walk. Release restraint level 0. Hey kids, wanna see a dead body?
Hi guys, this is the Void of the Ravenclaw. Welcome back to another fanfiction story. If you like this type of content, smash the like button and subscribe for future videos and updates that I do post on my community tab frequently. This is the arrival of Brightburn, part 9. Let's continue where we last left off in our story. Deku entered the control center of the warehouse of the armory, watching the security screens from all the security footage of all the cameras scattered all around the warehouse. Several hours of pure boredom passed until Deku spotted several hooded figures approaching the front entrance. Clearly in view in front of the cameras at the front entrance, several hooded dark figures approach the front entrance of the warehouse. Only thing that's visible is their mask on their face, with several eye holes for eyes, and a hooded cloak covering their entire body. Not even their hands are visible, but all of them seem to be holding bladed weapons. The lead cultist finally spoke in a distorted voice. "Kill the non-believers." They entered the warehouse and fanned out. As the lead cultist spoke. "Fan out, find the Star Child, kill the rest." All of the hooded figures, except for the lead cultist, charged forward, moving so fast the two henchmen guarding the front entrance that managed to catch them in time, heading back to their post, as they had daggers pierce into their chests, killing them instantly by the cultists. They round up the survivors for sacrifices for the ritual they're about to perform. Tom watched the camera feeds. "Well, shit, that's interesting. Looks like we're gonna have some company. There goes my quiet night. I hope you're armed, my friend, because you're going to need it. These guys clearly not here to borrow a cup of sugar." "Indeed, Tom." Tom was about to make a call using his phone. Suddenly, the phone started to spark with pure magical energy, added as the phone exploded in his hand. The lead cultist stared up at the camera, like he's staring at Tom. "There will be no contacting anyone. We're here for the Star Child." He started chanting, then slammed his hand onto the ground as an entire warehouse was engulfed in a magical barrier, trapping them inside. "Tell me you heard what he just said, Deku?" Yeah, I heard him, all right. I'm surprised the security system in this warehouse has audio. I don't know what a star child is, nor do I know what the fuck he's talking about. But that can't be good for us. The moment Deku and Tom left the security room, a cultist came running out of nowhere, lunging towards Tom, ready to plunge his dagger into Tom's chest. Tom didn't realize. He was too busy talking to Deku. Time to load up, whoever these freaks are. It doesn't really matter, they're dead regardless. When the cultist got close enough, the cultist couldn't get any closer. Only when he got close enough, only for Deku to kick the dagger out of his hand, then caught the dagger in mid-air and slammed the dagger into the man's chest, killing him instantly. Then Deku snapped the cultist's neck for good measure. Once the current threat was neutralized, Tom and Deku pull out their guns out their holster, making sure the gun is loaded and the safety off. Tom did the same thing, check his gun. Then they both head out, hitting the silent alarms on their way out. Let's go. Thanks, by the way. That bastard would have killed me. No problem. Do you know who these cultists are? Not a fucking clue, man. I've never seen such cultists. I thought that sort of shit is only in the books, you know, the fairy tales and all that. Cultists in Gotham? I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. It doesn't matter. The facts are, they're here. And they're clearly hostile, looking something or someone called the Star Child. I don't even know what the fuck that even means. Agreed. These people seem out of their fucking mind. At least we can put them out of their misery. They continued down the hallway, taking out any cultists they came across by unloading upon them with their handguns. Tom and Deku was very precise. A single bullet for a single target, clean, quick, as they moved through the warehouse like they've been working together in battle for years. Their teamwork is clearly evident on how well they work with each other, not out of training with each other. Some people work well together compared to others. They just have chemistry. When it comes to battle, Deku shot the next incoming cultist with his handgun and smashed the other cultist with his telekinesis right into the wall, pinning him. Meanwhile, Tom immediately shot the cultist that's being restrained by Deku by pinning him to the wall with his telekinesis, shot him in the head, then moved on. Deku immediately had to put a physical barrier around them as several incoming magical attacks began to fly towards them by several cultists chanting, unleashing their magical power. Thanks, man. I don't know how long. Thanks, man. How long can you keep that up? There's a lot of those bastards. It's manageable for now, but you're right. Their numbers are only increasing. Get behind me, Tom. Things are going to get bright. Tom did not need to be asked again and went behind Deku. Deku dropped the psychic barrier at the perfect moment between their chanting for another barrage of magic attacks. as he unleashed, once the psychic barrier was dropped, he unleashed two beams of kinetic energy from his palms, engulfing the cultists, killing them instantly. As their bodies were vaporized, only leaving charred skeletons on the ground smoking from the after effects of being hit by a large amount of kinetic energy that engulfed their bodies. Tom whistled at the destruction. Holy shit. I thought you just had telekinesis. Let's just say as a sub-ability of having a strong telekinesis power. We'll be here all night if I try to explain the mechanics and all that. Maybe next time, Tom. Then Deku stopped in his tracks, feeling something that has gone terribly wrong, like the laws of the world is being violated. Even Tom, who's just a normal guy, could feel it, not to the same extent that Deku could. But even he can sense the wrongness in the air. When Deku and Tom finally arrive at the largest gathering of the cultists, the lead cultist had his back facing them. Then he turned around suddenly with a grin on his face under his mask. The triangle magical artifact in his hand started to glow a bright green. Greetings, Star Child. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Oh, I think you do. It baffles me. Why someone like you would walk among sheeps. Why you would walk the path of a lesser being. Walk the path of a revenger for a pathetic dead woman that's already been long past dead, has already passed on from this world. Deku narrowed his eyes. I suggest you choose your words carefully. If you choose wrong, it will be very unhealthy for you. There you are, the true you. As the lead cultist circle around Deku and Tom. My master has been watching you for quite some time. Star Child, the master knows what you really are, and he's intrigued. But beyond that, you are the very key to his freedom. I'll cut you off right there. I'm not joining anyone. Such a pity. Oh well. My master will be free, willing or unwilling. Your consent is not required. Suddenly, the cultist turned his attention to the rip in reality as a small hole leading to the realm where his master is being trapped. Not a hole for something to come out, but not his master. It's not big enough for him. It's a small tear in reality. But for now, Star Child, my master wishes to test your capabilities. Then something came through the rift. A unknown creature came out of the tear of reality, walking on two legs, with long arms, with claw-like hands. In his mouth had razor-sharp teeth. It had a singular eye that glowed with magical energy. Something that you would see from a child's nightmare, manifest in real life. You know what to do. And the creature moved so fast, even Deku could barely keep track of it. It disappeared, reappeared, and chomped down upon Tom, biting him completely in half, head up to his stomach. Deku barely had enough time to leap backwards to see the creature right in front of him, as his one singular eye was mere inches away from Izuku's face, or Deku's face. Until we meet again, Star Child. As the cultists begin to chant and create magical circles underneath them, teleporting away, leaving Deku to deal with the creature alone, considering Tom is dead. The unknown creature slammed his fist into Deku's stomach, as Deku flew backwards, crashing into several different walls of the warehouse. The unknown creature let out a unnatural scream, more like a screech. When Deku stopped flying through the walls, he finally stopped his momentum by smashing through the last wall into the open street as he skid across the ground. About time he recovered, the creature was right above him, slamming its fist downwards. Deku managed to roll out of the way just in time, but the aftershock of the pure physical strength, force of the creature sent him flying backwards from the mere gust of wind that was created from the wind pressure alone. As Deku skid to a stop by grinding his heels into the hard pavement of the street. Then the creature just appeared, like he came into existence out of nowhere, right in front of him. On pure instinct, Deku shot out a large beam of kinetic energy. The beam hit his mark. When the light receded, Deku could see some sort of magical barrier protecting the creature. As the magical barrier begins to crumble, the unknown creature only stared at him with a terrifying, vicious grin. Alright, so that's how you want to play it. Fine. You're becoming very annoying. Deku formed his own vicious grin. He's been working and training with his cryokinesis on his downtime. He's been meaning to try this out in live combat. He still hasn't had cryokinesis down completely. But he knows enough that he can use it in short burst attacks, using what control over his cryokinesis he has in large explosions. Making large explosions, or explosions in general, is completely doable for him. The creature had enough waiting and charged. Then suddenly, the unknown creature was caught in a condensed explosion that came out of nowhere, that sent the creature flying into several buildings. Deku used his speed and followed the creature. It only took him mere seconds to appear into the building and grab the creature by the arm and slam it into the ground before he could hit the wall. Then he unleashed multiple condensed cryokinesis explosion in rapid succession, digging the creature further into the ground. Before he could unleash more telekinesis explosions, or cryokinesis explosions, the unknown monster shot out of a beam of energy out of his singular eye, hitting Deku in the middle of the chest, sending him flying out of this out of the half-destroyed building as he dug his fingers into the ground, stopping his momentum, skidding to a stop, with his finger imprints on the street in a long trail. He felt it. He actually felt that attack. He's never felt energy like that. It was almost like it was magic, pure magic, in a form of a beam. That's clearly a weakness he has suspicions of, that he could possibly be a weakness. It's no longer a suspicion, it's a mere fact. He's weak against magic. He needs to perceive very carefully. Whatever this creature is magic based. He's no expert, but he's very certain it's magic. Making this creature far more dangerous than anything he's ever faced so far. And the fact that he's still still trying to keep his cover intact. He can't straight out use his alien abilities here in the wide open like this. Owlman would easily connect the dots. He just needs to use just enough of his physical strength to overpower the creature, but not too much to be suspicious of him and his true capabilities. When it comes to his physical strength, heat vision is clearly out of the question. Deku sighed to himself, keeping his identity as Brightburn separate from his Deku identity. It's starting to get very complicated, but he pushed past the irritation of having to do things the hard way. Deku has never been the type to leave things unfinished, and it didn't take long for the creature to reappear with a cocky grin on his face. Not bad for a walking pile of meat. So you actually have a mind in there, in that head of yours. I'm surprised you even have intelligence in the first place. The creature chuckled. Master said you were cocky. I like you. I wonder how you taste. Sorry, friend, not gonna happen. We'll just have to see about that, Star Child. Master said I can't kill you. He never said I could take a sample. They both rushed towards each other. Deku dodged a sloppy right hook from the creature and slammed a palm strike into the chest of the creature, then continued the attack with a spin kick across the creature's face, sending it skidding backwards. Then Deku finished his combination attack by attacking the creature with multiple pyrokinesis explosions all around him in rapid succession, all at once, on all sides, in a barrage of explosions. When the explosions finally receded, the creature was severely injured, cuts, burn marks scattered all around its body. Half of his arm is missing. As he began to struggle to his feet and make his way towards the door in reality, well, it technically opened a tear in reality, and stepped through it, retreating to the very same dimension where his master is being imprisoned. Before the rift could close, Deku saw a singular figure through the tear of reality. A figure hanging upside down. The figure had no facial features like eyes. Only thing visible is his mouth with his unnatural long tongue, sharp teeth smiling at him. At the rift close, both rift, the rift in the street that the creature just made, and the rift in the warehouse where the cultist made, sealing at the same time, leaving Deku uncertain what he just saw, made the whole experience very uneasy. There's still a slight dread in the air from the rift. Whatever that was, it might be above his capabilities to handle. But for now, he's going to deal with what he's... For now, he's going to deal with what he's going to report and what he's going to leave out. He returned back to the warehouse and wait for the reinforcements. It wasn't a large group, only a few men, and the outsider was leading the charge. There you are, my boy. I heard you had a bit of trouble tonight. According to the report you sent me about these cultists. How quaint. Don't worry, my boy. This will be investigated very thoroughly. To think, these cultists had the knowledge and power to summon creatures through a tear in reality to a different dimension. How fascinating. Take some time off. You earned it, my boy. Come by my office in a week. I'll have plenty of things for you to do. Got it, sir. Deku left without saying a further word. Never thought I would come across the cultist of the Upside Down Man. Things are indeed getting interesting. The outsider is completely ignoring the mere danger that the Upside Down Man presents. He's only concerned about how he can make this work in his favor, possibly striking a deal with the entity. After all, considering the connection the Upside Down Man has with magic itself, considering he is the darker aspect of his less evil counterpart, the same counterpart that sealed him away. A month has passed. Deku spent the entire month learning what he could about the syndicate. In train, more was his explosion, cryokinesis, to a fine point, increasing the number of times he can unleash rapid explosions without tiring himself out. Deku decided it's time he wishes to keep his fake persona intact, so he decided to kill Black Mask as Brightburn. He has ways to get into the main office without being seen. Only reason he's altering his plan because he wants to learn more. If he could get into the fold of the crime syndicate of America, then he'll know exactly where to strike. So he put his usual gear when he's operating as Brightburn. When he put his face guard mask on his face, there was a slight visible stain could be seen when he attached the black face guard mask to his face. Once he clamped down, his hair instantly turned from white to black, completing his transformation into Deku to Brightburn. I see you're finally going to kill that bastard. Yes. I felt I outgrown my current situation. I'll learn what I can from them, but I want to keep my identity intact in the organization. There's still much I would benefit from learning how they do things, so I could learn where to strike, to discover any weakness I could exploit. I got to admit I was skeptical about this whole infiltration thing, but it's clearly working for you. You're clearly skilled in infiltration. You have no idea how right you are. As he gave her a grin, let's just say infiltration is my speciality. Deku left shortly afterwards when 12 p.m. hit, and took off to the sky, then teleported right inside the main headquarters of Black Mask Operation in a storage closet on the top floor. The storage closet is down the hall from Black Mask's office, where he spends most of his time. The moment he stepped out of the storage closet and walked down the hallway, he used a bit of his abilities of telekinesis to overwhelm the two guards' brains, exploding their brains as blood and brain matter scatter and hit the wall on both sides between the two doors, well, between the main door of the office, on both sides of the door. Then he opened the door using his telekinesis, identifying his target. His target had his back facing him, looking out the large window. Deku finally moved when Black Mask started to turn and plunge his hand into the man's chest, ripping out his heart, then kicking the corpse out of the window. As Black Mask fell from the top floor all the way down to the street level, smashing into his parked car. As being of green heat vision came from the sky, began to carve the symbol of brightburn right in the middle of the street, right next to Black Mask corpse, laying on his smashed car. It didn't take long for the factions to take notice, to make their moves on the unclaimed territory, like sharks surrounding a wounded prey. There's clear they could sense there's blood in the water. And Deku is very interested on how the Syndicate will react when there's a power vacuum. Not a big power vacuum, but there's a lot of unclaimed territory now. He wondered which part of the Syndicate will sink their teeth into the unclaimed territory. Well, the claimable territory. Eventually, someone on the higher food chain had to put the stop to the squabbles, the infighting. The one who took over was the outsider himself. Members of Black Mask's old crew discard their mask. Some were transferred to other factions of the Syndicate to utilize their own unique talents to benefit the Syndicate as a whole. Others stayed. Meanwhile, Deku found himself in a position that he never expected. The outsider straight up made his right-hand man. Where the outsider goes, he goes. It's a very beneficial position. Keeps his identity intact and keeps the illusion that he's loyal. By doing so, he's learning a lot more about the inner structure of the Syndicate. Deku waited when he had some time off. He just arrived at his new headquarters, his new headquarters, inside a mountain. Once he passed through the secret entrance, he found himself in a highly advanced base of operation with brainiac tech scattered all around the place. He did agree to the terms of the deal with Brainiac, or Legion, what he likes to be called. By doing so, he has better access to advanced alien technology that he wouldn't be prior to. As Blackfire was flying around, checking out the new digs, their new headquarters, Blackfire finally floated down right next to Deku. It's quite impressive tech. We'll definitely need more people. As your right-hand woman, I suggest we start recruiting. So you're my second command all of a sudden, are we? It's a natural choice. It's your only choice. You should know by now, I'm always right. Yeah, sure thing. Second. Any ideas? Blackfire? The holographic communicator, or communication device, came to life, showing the holographic image of Legion, aka Brainiac, of this Earth. I might have a suggestion. I'm all ears, Legion. If you're looking for recruits that are not associated or are completely neutral, I suggest you make contact with the Court of Bats. They're an old organization of the old families that dedicate their time protecting Gotham for generations. They can't openly move against the syndicate. They lack the direct power. Outside of that, outside of their chosen warriors, through very advanced genetic manipulation. How do I even make contact with this organization? Court of Bats. It's not like I ever heard of them. I will arrange contact with the Court of Bats. I believe the leader of the Court of Bats will have many things in common with you. As the holographic image disappeared. And that's where we're going to stop it for now. I'll catch you guys in the next part.